Broken generation, black in effect.
Black like we never left.
Yeah. Broken. Because you didn't say it, so I thought I better say it. That's the slogan.
I said it in the first clip.
You did. Yeah, but people might only watch this clip and not watch the other clip.
Oh, yeah, right. How dare they?
So we have to do the same intro every time.
I hear it.
And this might be the one that goes viral. You never know, brother. You never know. To be fair, we haven't released nothing for ages, so people forgot about us.
That's fact.
But we're black in effect, and we're here with a broken generation, and we have a topic to discuss.
Topic number 2.
Topic number 2. So, we are both girl dads.
Facts.
2 girls.
Facts.
I read a post today which was coming from... So a woman posted it, but it was a question posed by a man, which said, well, I'll summarize it. So he's starting to feel uncomfortable taking his daughter into male toilets and just wanted some advice from females around taking her into the female toilet. And he's obviously asking for advice, and there was a long list of suggestions. And obviously that then posed the question to me to think I am a girl dad. My girls are still very little, but even on the weekend, we was in IKEA and it was just me and my daughter. And I'm saying she needs to go to the toilet. And I'm thinking, I don't even really want to take her into the male toilet. And even just the hygiene stuff. You go in there, there's pee all on the seats.
Come on.
Man, I have to go get the toilet paper, go to the soap dispensary, put the soap on the toilet paper, wet the toilet, wipe down the seat before she can even sit on it. So I'm doing all of this before she can even sit down on the seat, because the seat there's nasty. So I basically have to clean the toilet for her to be able to go toilet. You know them ones, because I'm not going to let her sit down. You know, I'd rather I get the pee-pee on my hands and whatever, you know, than make her sit down on it.
I hear it.
So, that's a long story short. You know them ones, but that was my experience of literally a couple of days ago. So, as a girl dad, how do you feel, and what do you feel can be done for people like us, brother? And are you comfortable?
So, I will say, being a girl dad is the greatest joy in the world.
Yeah.
2 daughters,
Lovely.
9 and 7. See your ages?
Put me on the spot, brother.
Oh, you don't know? Right,
no, I do know. 4 and 2.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah, I'm very sure.
Specifically on the topic of taking the children to the toilets, it is something I hated. I've naturally just gone into the men's toilets.
Yes.
If there's a disabled toilet, I would go into there.
Yeah.
For example, whenever we go to the cinema, there's 2 disabled toilets. I'll use the disabled toilets. Simple with them.
Yeah, of course.
As well as, you're exactly right, the hygiene, and I just hate the idea of only for men at the urinals when I'm taking my child to the toilet. So
yeah, of course.
So that's just off the rip and natural. I've always been uncomfortable with that. If there's a disabled toilet, I use that. But I've never thought of taking my daughter into the females' toilets until I saw a clip. I saw an Instagram clip in America, of a father taking his daughter into the women's, letting his daughter go into the women's toilets, but it was like, like a corner shop.
Yeah, I've seen this
The clip. Perfect. And he's like, all right, whoa. He opens the door and just screams, shouts in there, whoa, blah, 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 and you see a man come out of there.
So it's not the women's toilet.
Is it not?
No, it wasn't women's toilet. I think it was like a unisex.
Oh, a unisex toilet.
Do you know like them toilets where everyone can use?
Okay.
But when he opened the door and shouted, is there anyone here?
Yeah.
Nobody responded.
Okay. And then the guy came around the corner.
And then, a few seconds later now, when the little girl's already gone into the toilet, the brother's still at the door, and then the guy comes out. So it might have been a female toilet, but I thought it was just like a unisex. But if it's a female toilet, then that further.
I'm almost certain it was a female toilet. But yeah, so I've never been out with my daughters and they've gone to the toilet without me.
Yeah.
I've always gone to the toilet with.
Yeah, yeah.
I've
I've
always
never.
had to take them there.
I would never feel comfortable for my, especially at this age.
Yeah,
Maybe,
100%.
maybe like when they get older, but this age, like I've thought about it. Like my daughter is more than capable of going to the toilet by herself. But yeah, nah.
And to be fair, you can maybe talk to this better than I can because you've also got a son.
Yeah.
I've always seen the world since I've had a child. I've always had to force myself to see the world through their eyes.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm assuming again, if you're a male and you've got a male son, then you're just like, you're just going to do what I'm doing, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
You're not going to think too much of it. But I'm way more, I can't compare it to anything because I've only got daughters, but I'm way more precious about my daughters in terms of, okay, their safety than I assume I would be if I had a son. That might be completely wrong. Maybe you could talk regarding that, but I'm very conscious of, okay, my daughter is more delicate than I was when I was a child, and I've got to protect them a hell of a lot more than I may have if I had a son. I don't know.
So on that, I would say I'm probably more concerned of my son going into the toilet alone.
Okay.
Because this ain't even anything, but it's more male predators. So my son going into the toilet by himself, in my head, he's got more chance of there being a male predator, paedophile in the male toilets, than there would be if I sent my daughter into a woman's toilet. I feel there's more threat from a man
than there is from a woman.
And that's not based on any. I'm not sat here saying, but that's just me personally. Like I would be more comfortable my daughter at, I don't know, 11, going into a female toilet by herself, which she would be at that age, than I would be my son going into a male toilet.
Okay, no, I hear you.
Just because I feel, I hear you. Yeah. And that's not from experience, that's just my own prejudice, I guess. But yeah, it's a mad difficult one, though. It's a mad difficult one. Yeah. And the thing is, then there's going to be like, at them ages, they're going to ask questions.
Yes, okay.
Like, and they're wondering eyes. Like, what are you... Do you say to your daughters, just go in, straight to the cubicle, don't look around? You don't say them things, do you? Because you don't want to make it an issue.
No, but I don't say it. I am visibly...
Yeah, swift.
Yeah,
you have to be swift.
Yeah.
Like, if needs be,
and I'm standing...
I'll pick my daughter up and just walk in.
Yeah. Well,
if needs be. Yeah. Just so there's no distraction. There's
100%.
There's nothing like that.
And to be fair, my eldest daughter, I don't know. I've never really thought of it, but they both, I feel like they're old enough because they go to the toilet on their own, but they're old enough to be able to go to the toilet on their own.
Yeah.
Like we should be in a world where it's fine for them to go to the toilet on their own. And they're at the age where they want to. They don't really want me around everywhere.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I've just never something I've consciously thought. So what's the suggestions that man got?
So the biggest suggestion, and I think even on my poll, especially coming more from the females, was just making yourself aware. So so obviously if you do have a daughter, if it's a door or if it's a walkway or whatever, just say before you come in, hi, I'm a male with a daughter coming in to use the toilet.
Oh, into a woman's toilet?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, and everyone has said they are completely happy with that. So that's what, I'm not happy with that. I wouldn't do that.
You would go to a woman's toilet?
No.
Oh, because of your embarrassment?
Not because of my embarrassment, just because of I feel there may be allegations made. Like, I don't trust.
Okay.
I don't trust.
Allegations towards you and your daughter?
No, between me being in the toilet.
Oh, between you and somebody else? Possibly.
Yes. Like, I walk in now, a woman's, what are you doing in here? Oh, I'm bringing my... Why, you shouldn't... I don't want that confrontation for my daughter as well. Whereas I know I'm not going to get that going into the male toilet with a little girl.
Yeah.
It's you know what it's the same as?
To be fair.
It's exactly the same as well. Obviously, I take my daughter swimming.
Yeah.
So when she comes with me, she always says, why are we going into the boys' changing rooms? In those changing rooms, it's not just kids. It's men, So everyone uses the same. So like there might be a grown man in there naked because he's just come out of the shower.
Yeah.
And I'm gone in there with my daughter.
Okay.
So then I know it's a bit different, but then I wouldn't go into the female changing rooms.
A fact. But I've never been to. Okay, that's the difference. Yeah.
So it happens. I take her swimming. It happens.
Yeah.
And I feel like oh, this is a bit weird. I don't know how the man feels.
To be fair, imagine
you're
that's
like
exactly
a big man, and then like loads of little girls come in with their dads, and you're just there naked, like swinging.
No. Well, there's no reason to be swinging. That's
no, they're big man.
The other side.
They're big. They're swinging, big man.
You don't need to be swinging.
No, but I'm saying they're in there.
Well, I guess. Well,
the towels in the locker. You know, they're walking from the shower to the. You know, they're swinging.
I was gonna say better than swinging than they're not swinging.
At least I'd rather them not swinging.
But stand up.
Oh no! I mean, I'd rather it's all inside, brother. Look like an apple.
Right, pause.
You know what that was?
Anyway,
ignite.
No, what I was gonna say is I do feel the exact same when I'm in the toilet. When I'm going to the toilet, like if I was going to the urinal,
yeah,
and then someone brought their daughter in, I'd feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
And I feel that as well, but I don't feel it because of me. I just feel it because I've got daughters. It's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah. I'd say I respect the woman that says, "Oh yeah, don't worry, you can use the women's toilets."
Yeah.
But you can't use the women's toilets. Do you get what I'm saying? And let me say it like this: I'm arrogant enough to think that I've got a polite enough face so I could do that. Does that make sense?
Man, you got one thing wrong with your face, brother. One thing you can't change about that.
Facts. But I'll leave you with the palm of my hand. Yeah, exactly. But some people don't, because even if there's a image to you.
Yeah.
And if a woman looks at you and you look threatening, because you're already not supposed to be in that space.
But I think
that's why they're knocking on the door shouting.
9 times out of 10, you're probably going to be awkward in there. I don't know if you're...
Yeah.
Like, are you going to be comfortable? But the thing is...
That's facts.
The thing is, like, remember, as far as I know, women's toilets are
separate
cubicles.
Yeah.
So, it's not like you're going into a man's one and everyone's just there.
Yeah, facts.
You know? Yeah. You go in there and they're all cubicled off anyway.
Yeah.
Like, so... In that sense, you're not going to see anything anyway. Maybe they might be fixing their self up, but why are they doing it in a public toilet anyway?
You're never going to see, you may not ever see nothing, but it's the assumption of a threat that you may get. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or an assumption of something filthy happening that you might get. Because like if you come out of the urinal with a girl, with a child, the visual of it looks wrong. Unless you explain it.
Urinal?
Not urinal, sorry, a cubicle.
Oh, a cubicle, okay.
Yeah, the visual of you coming out of a cubicle with a child, a daughter, looks weird.
Yeah.
And I guess you're going
to society, yeah.
Or anyone at first sight.
Yeah, of course.
Especially if the complexions aren't identical.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've got a light daughter.
That's what I'm saying. Like both my daughters, to some extent, my eldest daughter looks like dad's stamp of me. You can't hide it. So if I go anywhere there, it's like, yeah, you can tell that that's...
But to be fair, and what you're saying, I don't even think they need to look like you. I think if you're black and they're black, I don't think people are paying too much attention.
Yeah, facts.
But I feel like if you're black and they're white...
Yeah, 100%.
People are looking at that a bit off.
Yeah, what happened here? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And rightly so.
Not rightly so.
Nah, I'm going to tell you, fam, it's rightly so.
Tell me why it's rightly so.
Because we can't have a society where something looks off and we don't say something.
Okay, in that sense, yeah.
If I'm in a situation and I see a white gentleman with a black child, a black daughter, a black girl, or the other way around, black man with a white daughter, and I see it and it looks visually wrong to me, I have to look at it twice.
Ooh, you're saying
I may not say that.
You're saying very stereotypical.
That's not stereotypical.
That is very
that's not stereotypical.
Because what you're saying is the visual. You're saying you're judging it on visuals alone.
Facts. I need words. So, for example, let me explain. If you're in the female's toilet with your daughter, I need to hear you say words throughout your time there. there should never be 2 minutes of silence.
Yeah, which I do anyway.
So when you're okay, yeah, we're just going into the toilet, daughter. All right, okay, now you go. And even when you're in the doors closed and you're in the cubicle, the two of you, I need to hear. All right, don't worry, take your time, no problem. Blah blah. I need to hear something.
Okay.
Because if it's pure silence and all of a sudden the door opens and I see you and a girl come out, a picnic girl, I should say something. I have to say something.
But are you saying something?
Probably not, because I don't.
No, that's what I'm saying. Are you?
No, but I should, or at least I should eyeball the man or the elder, so I know. Okay, police. This is what this guy looks like.
Oh, so you got a facial.
So I
can pick him up on a lineup.
Yeah, that's correct.
Do you know what?
At least
that's one of the first things I'm taught, and everyone's taught, like safeguarding. If something looks off, log it. It's off. So I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you can't just visually say because a black man's with a white daughter or a white man's with a black daughter that's off. Just because the aesthetics don't look
or
right.
An Asian man with a white daughter with a white little child.
All right, that might be different. No, I'm joking.
There's some rings now. I'm joking.
I'm joking. Ramadan, big man.
No, okay.
Can't talk them things. Let's start putting us to Britons first and them thing there. See the mic drop down. We're sorry, man. We're sorry. I joke. We are run, bro.
That's a joke. Wallahi.
I joke. Wallahi, that's a joke.
That's a joke.
But it's true, though. It's true. And the thing is, even if we don't believe what we're saying, this is part of the conversation that we have to have. Because these are all parts of the conversation why we as girl dads are not going into the female toilets.
That's why.
And maybe not us personally, but as a whole, as the male the male species, we're not that comfortable.
But let's say this. A woman is never going into the men's toilets with her son.
No, I'm thinking that because I do a lot of like them holidays, innit? You know, like kids' holidays. So there's always men taking
on Epstein's Island. What kind of holidays?
Man said them. I'm talking Butlins, brother. Haven.
I like the word but.
Man said Epstein's Island.
I thought Diddy was giving you the call. Yo, we got a jet.
Big man, let Diddy touch your booty. That was you, man, not me.
Go on, carry on.
But yeah, so I do a lot of those holidays. Like,
yeah.
I got one coming up next month. I got one in the summer, and obviously you see a lot of. It doesn't matter each parent, but it's true. You don't really see women in males' toilets taking their sons.
I've never seen one ever.
I don't know if I've never seen one, but it's definitely not something I see regularly. Whereas I do see regularly men bringing their daughters into the male. Yeah. And then I'm thinking, do I see men taking their daughters into female toilets?
Never in life. The uncomfortability.
It must have happened. It must have.
The uncomfortability of that is no, I'd never do that. The shame or the fear of being accused would keep me out of a woman's toilet.
So I can even give you a story.
Oh, brother!
But this story is nothing to do with the kids.
Okay, go on.
So when I was, I don't know, early 20s or whatever, yeah, I was out with a girl, and she was drunk, smashed, yeah. So she went
those stories, yeah.
Yeah. So she went into the toilet. Probably about 20 minutes, I hadn't seen her, and then her friends come out and say, "Listen, she's on the toilet, sleeping, like sat down." Like, we need to get her home.
Okay, yeah.
I said, all right, no problem. Do your thing. They're like, nah, you need to come and get her. And I'm like, you want me to go into the girls' toilet? And they're like, yeah, you need to come and pick her up because we can't pick her up. And I'm like, I don't really... And they're like, listen, forget all of that.
Never do that.
They're like, grow up, forget all of that.
Men never do that.
Yeah, so I had to go into the female toilet.
Oh, you did it?
Well, I had to. Like, I was with girls. Like, there was like 2 or 3 of us. Me and 2 other girls. I had to go into the female toilet. And obviously, she's slumped up now. I had to obviously pick her up off the toilet and walk out with her. But that was one of them. And I thought...
with the girls
the girl with me. Yeah.
No. Not saying they were walking behind you. They were holding her arm as well.
Yeah, so probably 2 of them had one side. I had the other side. Okay. So obviously, it looked like what we were doing. You know them ones, but even at that time, I felt very uncomfortable. That's
horrendous. I would never do that. Never.
Like I second guessed it, and until they give me the big man grow up.
Never.
Like,
Can't big man grow at me. I would have
yeah,
never.
big man grow at me, and I said okay. But even walking in there, it's focused on the mission. I didn't look right, I didn't look left. I said right to the cubicle. Boom, cubicle, open the door. Key slammed up. Right, eye straight.
Okay.
Then I look. Nah, joke.
Woo!
Joking.
Behave.
But yeah, so even in that situation where obviously I needed to go in there I felt uncomfortable.
So is there any other situations where you as a dad, a girl dad, you feel uncomfortable because you're a dad or a male in a situation?
Well, like I said, swimming.
Okay.
So if I take my daughter swimming, and obviously we all need to go in the cubicle to get changed.
So in like Gloucester, in the leisure centre, there's cubicles, so everyone can go. You get like a family size one.
Yeah.
So those ones. Okay.
But I'm saying if it's you and just your girls.
Yeah. You still feel awkward doing that?
No, I don't feel awkward, to be honest. But I'm just saying, like, I always, like you said, I always make sure I'm talking and I'm thinking, why am I doing this?
Yeah. I naturally do that.
I naturally do it.
Random one,
but my daughters are always doing something anyway.
Yeah.
Screaming, shouting, arguing, crying.
Put on your clothes!
Yeah, well, but I make sure that people know, listen, these are my kids.
Yeah.
You know, them ones, and I don't feel, and that's crazy. That's a crazy concept. Like, these are my children.
Yeah.
But I let people be aware that.
But that's wisdom. That is very much.
I don't know if
wisdom.
that is wisdom. I think that's sad. I think that's a broken generation.
That's a fact.
That you have to
That's a fact.
That you have to make people aware that these are my children. But like I said, my children are different shades.
Yeah.
So whereas one of my daughters is my shade, the other daughter's very light.
They do look like you though.
Yeah.
But
like you said, people are studying, big man. You said you see this brown fella with the little white girl and think, something's not right. I need to keep my eye on that.
That's correct.
You said it straight away.
That's a fact. In those moments, we need a Karen just appear out of a bush.
What?
Just screaming.
Writing down registration and then
exactly
there.
Exactly.
But well, I've heard stories like I have a friend who's extremely light skinned, and he used to be, his granddad's Jamaican black.
Yeah.
His mum's mixed. She married a white man. He's very light, but he said like people would approach them when they were out and say, "Yo, what's the black man doing with the little white kid?"
Okay.
Years ago, this was he's same age as us, so we're talking 30 years, probably 35 years ago. It was looked upon weird because you've got a proper black Jamaican man with a young boy that looks really white.
Of course.
So it was looked upon differently then. So I guess that story as well plays on my mind sometimes.
Yeah.
But why?
I guess apart from that situation when we go to the toilet, but again, because we use disabled toilets, I'll just go there. There's not been anything else. Now I'm conscious of the fact that because they have daughters, they're women, and there may be other things that happen in their lives that I have no idea around.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So specifically around menstruation and
so
periods
in that situation, so say they are at the age now where they go to the toilet by themselves.
Yeah.
If they get into a situation in the toilet, are you going in there?
Yeah, of course. No matter what, my daughters are.
Yeah. You got to so.
Yeah.
That's a different situation.
Yeah. It's a techie one in the sense of, like, when's the right time to... Because that conversation has to happen with their mum. Their mum needs to go, yo, tell her about periods and what happens and what she should do when that happens, innit? Because I got this comedy joke. I see this joke. I'm not going to say it now.
Yeah. I've heard it.
So if that was to happen in my presence, there would be a fear because I still don't know nothing.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? I think as much as we research, and I've got sisters and... Big man, I feel when it happens... I'm not going to be prepared.
Yeah, I'm dropping you off at your mum's.
I'm not going to be... I don't feel like I'm going to be prepared.
Go back to your mum's. I'm calling her right now. Come get your daughter.
What was it? SOS. Mandine.
Facts.
But Kevin Hart got a joke which you stole off him by as well.
Has he got a joke? Because he like that?
Yeah.
Exact same?
Yeah, paper towels and them thing.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah.
I see newspapers.
I see newspapers.
Wait. I've never heard that joke.
In
my life.
Yeah.
So if Kevin has got,
no, he has. I saw it live when I went to his show. He was talking
that?
about it.
But did he see the show? Did he see the joke before me or after me?
Yeah, Manchester. We're talking probably nearly 5 years ago. When I went to,
Right,
I was skinny them times.
Let's move on then. Let's move on. Let's move on.
But to be fair, as a man, it is reality, innit? So if you're a comedian, them things are stuff that men are going through. I haven't gone through it yet because I've got little girls, but like I said, I've got sisters and I've been around different people, so I've heard stories.
I hear it. That's a good topic though, man.
It is. So, brother, what are we saying? Like, should we be open to taking our daughters into the female toilets, or are you still gonna just keep in the male toilets for now until they're old enough to go in the toilets by themselves?
100%. And even if they are old enough to go into the women's toilets themselves, I would still stand by the door and ensure they're okay.
What's the age? What's the age? Well, what's the age where you can stop taking them into the male toilets?
Male toilets?
Yeah.
It's got to be like 13.
You reckon that late? I'm saying secondary school.
What age is secondary school? 11?
11, yeah. Or 12.
Yeah, it depends. This is what it depends. My eldest daughter, I could probably do it at 11.
No, you're saying depending on that.
It depends on the street smarts.
Depending on the capacity.
My youngest one is beautiful and very intelligent. But you need the street smart.
Oh, you need that common sense.
You need the street smart. No, it's not the common. She's smart, yeah. But she just needs a little bit more streets. Like, these people ain't your friends.
She's little though, one.
She's young. But even when my eldest daughter was her age, she was like a little bit more.
But they say that
sharper,
though. Nah, they say that. And my partner will come on here right now and tell you about how the youngest is nothing like the oldest. Yeah. But I said she's the second. The oldest does everything for her anyway.
Facts. Yeah.
So she don't need to be that. She don't need to be on the ball as much because the sister's on the ball for her.
There's an air of responsibility that the oldest child has.
Yeah, 100%.
And do you know what it is? I heard this again. It's going to sound random, but I've heard someone say this. Your eldest child will lay their life down for their youngest sibling.
Yeah, and so they should.
And so therefore, they should have the first rights, meaning they should get served first, straight after the mum and dad's been served their food, because they're willing to lay down their life for their youngest kids, for their youngest sibling. And there's an air of responsibility that they hold. I don't know the point I was trying to make by saying this, but yeah, there's an air of responsibility that they hold.
Well, we were saying that they might.
Oh yeah, so they
might develop a bit later.
Which is why my eldest daughter is almost like an adult.
But is that not a concept you install in there? Because it's a concept I install in my children. I say to my son, listen, as much as I'm responsible for my daughters, you're responsible for your sisters.
Yeah, I hear you.
Like, that's like, we share the same responsibility, big one. Like, if anything happens to me,
you got to take care of them.
You're next in line. Like, not my dad, not their granddad, not the other side. You're the big brother. You're next in. And obviously, my daughter's too young to hear that. But I would say the same to her. Like, if anything happens to me, you're next for your sister. Like, you're your sister who they need
I'm going to assume I've naturally done it because I've never sat her down and said it.
I haven't said it to my daughter. I say it to my son.
But naturally, my eldest daughter takes that responsibility.
Yeah, and I think they do naturally if they're the firstborn.
Because they've seen the parents do it to her, to their youngest child. Then they're like, okay, yeah, my sister is, so I'm going to do the same. I've got pictures of her feeding her daughter. My daughter as well. So, yeah, man.
It's lovely.
Girl dads, man.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Girl dads.
It's lovely. Remember, I was a boy dad for so long.
Facts.
9 years, 8 years. And then, the girls came and, I wouldn't change anything for the world. I'm happy with my balance.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm not a boy dad.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I've tripped a few people down the stairs to ensure that.
Or that you know of. Let's put an asterisk in that statement.
That's a good line. If I ever become like a 56-year-old guy and there's some guy little boy knocking on my door, hey dad, with my forehead and everything.
Oh jeez,
God.
So light-skinned Henry.
Yeah, that's not. Like, it would not be light-skinned.
He would be light-skinned, 100%. He would be light-skinned.
Hilarious.
My brother, we are coming quick to the end.
All right, man.
So,
any girl dads out there, comment below. Let us know how you'd experience or how you'd respond.
And if you've had a negative experience, let us know, because obviously not everyone's got a positive experience. The reason we talk about it is because there is the negative. Broken.